Yo, I'm UNFIXABLE Toycat, and today I have an exciting announcement to make because the Let's Play world is officially available on the marketplace, which means you can download it for yourself if you choose to. It is entirely optional, but if you want to look around the last 8.5 years of Minecraft survival, you can totally choose to do that. And while you do so, you might want to hear about some of the dumb mistakes that I've made in my long-term survival world, such as the one you're seeing on screen right now, because one of the quirky decisions I decided to make, in fact the rail you saw me on at the start of this video, was to get this Elder Guardian right here inside of this tank. This was a great idea to have like an aquarium of rare mobs, so I've got myself an Elder Guardian, I've got myself a Charged Trooper, and you'll notice how I don't have much else. In fact, the whole area around here is just so messy because I don't have much of anything. I just have this Elder Guardian sitting here and taunting me for my bad decision, because here's the deal. Elder Guardians give you this really annoying mining fatigue effect for 5 minutes, and this means mining is pretty much impossible. Here is my netherite pickaxe, and here's me trying to mine a single block. It's awful, it's terrible, and I just can't do it. And so yeah, this is one of my biggest regrets in Minecraft. I got the Elder Guardian here too early. Once I got the Minecart Guardian, I should have left him where I was and put him in here last. If you are ever going to have an Elder Guardian as part of a Minecraft museum, like I've chosen to right here, make sure you put it in last, or you will regret your decisions, just like I regret my decision. He spends all day swimming against the current. Somehow he can sense when I'm coming, even when I'm through different walls, and also somehow he doesn't obey the rules of Minecraft physics, as you can see, and I regret it just so strongly. But it's not the only thing in my world that I regret. In fact, this video, as you can probably work out because it's almost certainly the title, this video is about various mistakes that I've made in my survival world, because a lot of people say, yeah, actually, I do want to have a long-term world like you do, and you know, I figured it might be useful to learn a few tips from me, and one of the tips is Elder Guardians. Oh my god, their effects are awful. Think about what effects a mob will have in your world before putting it there, but also, if you're going to think about things, think about if you want a Minecraft build, you know, whether you're going to want it in a little while from now. Like, I think, for the most part, there's no such thing as a bad build, and that's why I have so many bad builds, objectively, but also, I think that, you know what, when you're going to get rid of something, like I decided to get rid of my sheep farm, you need to think about what's going to replace it. So, I had a sheep prison right here. Again, why is it a sheep prison? What sense does that even make? You know, these are questions for another day, but one part of the sheep prison story is that I decided to cover it up entirely with stone and kind of make this big stone table. And, you know, at the time I thought, yes, this is genius. I can finally get rid of my shame, because underneath here, in case you're curious, I'll mine down there using mining. This is efficiency 5 on this pickaxe. It's netherite. It's as fully enchanted as it can be, and it's still that slow. I had this idea for a sheep prison where the sheep couldn't eat grass, and you know what? Why did I have that idea? I don't know. But then when I got rid of it, I decided, let's just cover it in stone, and let's make it look like it's not there. And probably because I chose such a big and out there, oh god, I'm gonna get exploded. You know, big mistakes. Not lighting up the sheep prison so that mobs don't spawn under here and ruin my day repeatedly. But one of the mistakes that I feel like I should point out, there's just so many creepers. I just wanna leave here, except I can't because I've got mining fatigue. Honestly, this video is just Toycat complains about his Elder Guardian that's like so cool that he can't get rid of it. Anyway, so one of my big mistakes. By the way, this is a copy of the world, because when you download the Let's Play, you can do whatever you like to it. Do you want to blow it up? Do you want to ruin the Triforce? Oh, sorry, the triangles of vague origin that are yellow and definitely not from another video game? Do you want to do that? You can. It's one of your choices. But what I don't recommend is if you choose to cover up a Minecraft build, to do it in such an ugly, big way. I kind of figured like it would fit in with the other ugly builds in my world, but it's so square, it's so obvious and confusing that I just kind of hate it. And that's why I'm thinking, you know, let's cover up this ugly build with a big kind of cover up. I'm thinking use some stone, replace this, make it look like something else. That is my genius idea that can never go wrong. Am I right? So I think I'm going to do that soon, and then in 5 years from now, of like 3 years from now, I'll make a video talking about how much I regret that decision, but such is life, am I right? Speaking of such is life, let's move on to the next big mistake, because you know what? There's a lot of minor mistakes all over my world, like sure, I regret this bank being such a waste of iron blocks, and like, should I get rid of the iron blocks now and just replace them with smooth stone? Would anyone even notice? Probably not, right? So we could do that. In fact, actually, that's a good idea. But like putting a lot of effort in something that then never goes anywhere, like this bank, which by the way, will have an update block here if I'm not mistaken. Or is that one of the things we had to remove? Again, you can download and find out, and I'm looking forward to playing around a bit later if you want to see a live stream. But to stay on focus with mistakes, this is a one-take video, damn it. We're gonna do our best to keep it all in one place. My next big mistake brings us to the Nether. So, you might recall how in fact, you might be wondering, why is this such an old copy of a Let's Play? Why is this not the most recent, up-to-date version? And allow me to show you why. Because, it takes a really long time, it took a really long time to get this map certified, and part of the reason why is it's such a large file size. We had to trim down that file size, and the only reason that the file size is so big that it takes literally minutes to upload it to Realms, takes minutes to download it, it takes, weeks for anyone at, Microsoft to properly review it, it takes, like hours for us to get this in a file that's even properly workable, and that's because I built this highway right here. This seems like a really good idea for the first few hundred blocks, but then you realize that it just keeps on going, and it keeps on going. And when you're in a part of the Nether where you're sure that there's no way this could continue going onwards, it's still going. We're 4,000 blocks in, and although the pathway is not 3x3 anymore, I have this giant pathway, which means all of the chunks are being loaded in this distance. This has two major downsides. One is my file size is massive, and this has so many downsides. The corruption possibilities are something that I think about all the time. But even if we ignore that that's a possibility, the other downside is that the Nether update came out, but all of this terrain is stuck in the old generation. And it's not 4,000 blocks in case you're curious, it's 125,000 blocks. I walked 1,000,000 blocks in Minecraft by going 125,000 blocks in the overworld. So I guess it's kind of misleading to say that, but you know what? There's no business like YouTube business. There's no clickbait like YouTube bait. I know what I'm saying here, but what I do know is that all of this Nether is old Nether until you go a certain amount in each direction. That is a nightmare. I'm so glad I haven't done this for the overworld, except, I mean, there's 1,000,000 blocks. And by the way, this is one of the things that had to be removed from the map to get it under, because it's almost a gigabyte. We had to get it under, like 500, then 300 megabytes. A lot of the, extraneous parts like this are cut. The version of the Let's Play that you get to play around with is so much better than mine, and if there is a new update, like the cave update, I can experience that in my overworld much easier than I could experience a Nether update. Interestingly enough, I've also made the mistake in my end, but speaking of the end, yeah, it's not a no-cut video. I lied to you, I have to go to the end now, and also, I guess we cut to get here too. You know what, damn it. I just want you to believe this is all one seamless Toycat Talks in his world, but it's not. There's editing that has to be done, like when I'm eating my steak here. But somehow I finish eating it over here. I mean, how did that happen? It's the power of editing. You know what? Editing is one of those things that you don't think about until you know. Like, it's one of those things you don't notice when it's there, you only notice when it's not. And I hope that you appreciate that now. But this video isn't about editing, it's about mistakes I made in my world. One of the mistakes I don't regret, one of the things I think everyone should do, is this kind of like tunnel above their end portal, so that you can fly straight in here if you really want to. Okay, I'm playing a risky game now. Okay, there we go, we got out. Oh god. So I don't regret this at all. I think this is a fun thing to do. But what I do regret is if we go into the end portal itself, which by the way, you can fly in there with no damage taken. Isn't that glorious? But one of the biggest mistakes I made, because again, I like big, dumb projects, maybe big, ugly projects, you could say. And one of the mistakes I made was thinking that I would never want to respawn the dragon again, because I just figured, like, you know what, I just won't respawn the dragon, then I can do a huge project like covering the end in glass. And you've probably spotted a few places where maybe that fell apart. Oh, this is a more put together part of the end. This is before I killed the dragon an extra 11 times. But then I realized, oh yeah, if you want to get the full 20 end portal gateways, you need to kill the dragon more times. And also, by the way, this wasn't my fault, but 5 dragons spawned from nowhere. It was the weirdest seriously, this isn't like a weird joke. Let me show you the full clip. It seems like they always do. Okay, I'm gonna try and go through this one. Okay, that was scary. Oh no, what the heck? What just happened? Internet, where are they flying? Please, no, they're flying back towards my main end. Please don't do this to me, dragons. One dragon, I can try and kill it fast. No, they've made it here, I can hear them. No, it's not fair. It's not okay. This isn't cool. This isn't allowed. I disagree. Why? Why, game? Why do you have to do this to me? Yeah, it sounded like a joke, but they really did spawn there, and then they really did fly to the main end island, and they messed up a lot of glass. Then I replaced the glass from that, and then I realized, oh yeah, I need to actually spawn in some ender dragons. So I tried to get rid of as much glass as I could. The noise of a silk touch pickaxe breaking glass is still haunting my mind. This little You hear that? You hear that? That's what I hear when I go to sleep. Anyway, so I'm still haunted by having to break so much glass, and I'm still going to have to place it all back down. If you are going to do a big project in your end, which is a great place to do it, make 1000% sure, 100% sure, 16 million% sure. Be absolutely sure that you don't want to get more end portal gateways, or just one-up it, beat the dragon 20 times, then you have no good reason to respawn her to fight her again. That is my pro tip. It will save you some heartbreak. There are so many cool end projects out there that you can embark upon, but kill the dragon 20 times first. Just do it. You know, it seems weird, it seems wacky, and I'm lucky that like a lot of my end survived. I mean, look, there's my end farm, there's my big Enderman made out of glass. Very high quality, I know. Maybe that fits in the terrible build category. But it's another thing that I regret. And you know what? To end out this top 5 list, is it a top 5 list? It is now. Damn it. Let's go through this end portal gateway. I'm so bad at these, and it's like, okay, I got this. I got this. I got this time. Hey, there we go. So here I am in the wrong part of my end, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I think I've got to go about 300 blocks this way. Okay, here I am in the correct part of my end. No, still not there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just in entirely the wrong place, huh? Okay, more power of editing. Definitely found my way here instantaneously. Definitely didn't need to abuse the fact that this is a copy of the world that we're playing, which is indeed the same with all of you. So you can use creative and commands as much as you like. By the way, because it was a requirement that this have achievements disabled, because otherwise people could use it to grind achievements, which I was kind of hoping that'd be a thing you could use the map for, but I guess they did not like that. But my final regret, my 5th one, is that the biggest or the smallest? How do top 5 lists work? You know, let's decide that in post. What is this going to be, Harrison? Is this the most or the? You know what? We've worked it out. This is the biggest asterisk, maybe the smallest regret that I have, but I tried to make a desert in my end. And you know what? That seems like a really fun idea, you know, because you place the torches on it, until you realize that if a single Enderman can spawn, he'll pick up sand. That's fine, he picks up some sand, he moves it somewhere else. Except sometimes the Enderman despawns with the sand in him, so you'll lose some sand, that's fine. Sometimes the Enderman will pick up sand, even if there is a torch below it, and you know what happens when you do that? I'm not touching the torch here, but I break the sand, the torch breaks with it. You know what happens then? Then what happens is there's a bigger dark patch where more Endermen can spawn, more Endermen can pick up sand blocks, teleport away with them, and then more Endermen can pick up more torches, and it's a big giant cycle, and basically now I have Endermen walking around with sand that I spent hours placing. It took me a long time to get the sand here, and you just come over here and and then you look them in the eye about it, and they're like, "Ooh, I think you're being a bad guy here. I'd like to work on your conflict resolution skills with you there, Toycat." It's like, you're stealing my hard-placed blocks. And you know what? This is why Endermen are the worst mob in Minecraft. And if you are going to build anything in the end, make sure it's not Enderman, blocks that Enderman can pick up. One of the cool exclusives that used to be for Bedrock, I think it's now a Minecraft Everywhere feature, is, in fact, I built a giant road. Here's, you know the thing I mentioned where like, oh yeah, I went thousands of blocks? I did that in my end. If you want to see all the signs with various people's names on, you can see that, by the way. Wait, really? Did someone pay me to write that sign in Minecraft? You know what? That's capitalism for you. Anyway, but you can look around and you can see all of the great, beautiful signs, and you'll notice how Endermen don't pick up Netherrack. It's not a block they can pick up. You'll notice how Endermen don't pick up these end block, I guess they'd be end brick slabs, because it's not a block they can pick up. If you're building in the end, just think about what Enderman can pick up, and think about the pain you'll have as they slowly take apart your build, or cover everything in glass. Those are your 2 and only 2 options that you have, and I hope that you're happy listening and or watching to this video. If you are, then remember, you can like it and you won't die in a house fire. And if you really like it, you can choose to purchase this map and see other bizarre things that I don't regret, or things that you think that I should regret but somehow didn't make this video. You can see those. Also, an Enderman died next to this cactus. But you can see weird things like that by downloading the map. Obviously, a portion of each purchase does go towards directly supporting the channel, and it's the only way to get maps for Xbox and Switch. One of my big goals has always been release the world to those platforms. This is the only way to do that. I'm super excited that now even people from those platforms can enjoy the Let's Play world, and I hope you choose to do so. There'll be a link in the description, but just go to the marketplace, which you can do from the game, which, you know, let's not get into a rant about the marketplace. Let's instead say, hey, there's this great content on there that you can go and find as of today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.